choose this. Okay. It's eerily quiet in this room. Hopefully, the mic will pick this up. So, just got done with mini binge, I guess you could call it, after using an app in order to lose weight. When it explicitly says if you have an eating disorder, you shouldn't use the app. So I listen, yeah. Don't want to be here. It's not the worst binge I've done. Certainly not the lightest either. It's like, what time even is it? It's past 1 o'clock as I film this, and I have to be awake at 4:35 at the latest to work at 6. Can't sleep. I just feel wide awake. I need to sleep. I work 6 to 1. It's the weekend. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So I guess I should explain how I got here, who I am, and so on. So my name is Casey. I'm 19. Graduated high school, in and out of college, so on. I was a chubby kid, and I had some ideas of restricting and overeating and so on, and I could down a lot of food as a kid, but then when I went off to college, I was allowed to restrict after gaining 20 pounds or so and getting the highest of like 210 at 5'8". So then February of what my freshman year was, I started eating 2 meals a day, and then meal a day and a snack, and then just 1 meal a day. It was 1,500 calories, and then 1,200 calories, and just down and down, and exercising more and more, and losing weight. I wasn't skinny by any means. I've never been skinny. I've been skinny for me, and there's times, pics from last December even, which is after all of that I look and I'm just like, damn, I actually looked, quote, normal. But now I've, quote, rebounded. I'm in the 180s. So around November of last year, I finally realized that I had a problem. I had family telling me I had a problem. I didn't want to believe it. I also am into fitness a little bit, bodybuilding style workouts, powerlifting, conditioning, etc., strength training, as well as being sucked into the wormhole that is macro counting, protein, carbs, fat, calorie counting, calorie cycling, carb cycling, all of those methods, and the scientific approach to weight loss, and being part of weight loss and fat loss and all that stuff. So in November, I sought treatment, and I was admitted to intensive outpatient, and then, day hospital. I was in, partial hospitalization. I was in partial hospitalization, then day hospital, or intensive outpatient. Partial hospitalization, and then intensive outpatient program, because it was PH/IOP. And that was okay, but kind of me being abnormal, I'm EDNOS or OSFED, so eating disorders not otherwise specified, or other specified feeding and eating disorders is OSFED, which is the newer term, the DSM-5. Kind of being in that, originally they diagnosed me just as straight up anorexic, which is not true, because I would have binge purge episodes, not purging like vomiting, but not like, personally I think I'm more bulimia nervosa binge purge, bulimia nervosa non-purge subtype, meaning that I don't physically purge, I compensate in other ways. So I binge and restrict, or binge and use laxatives, stuff like that. So I kind of didn't know what to do with me, and the program that I was in was targeted towards anorexics that needed to put on weight and just feared food, period. Versus me, I had to deal with both ends, and I still deal with both ends. And I went into treatment. It kind of worked. I got out. Um, Dietitian was a jackass to deal with. My psychiatrist just wanted to drug me up. And then my regular therapist was shocked at some of the things that she saw from the program, including me commenting that in the 1 to 2 weeks I saw a regression of patients. My fellow patients and their young adults, I saw them get worse. Physiological signs of worsening condition, and that's just worrying. So I left the program. We finally just withdrew. I was old enough to withdraw myself, plus with parental permission, because my mom was on board with it. And then I did outpatient work for a little bit, and then just with my main therapist, not with an eating disorder specific therapist. Tried to see another dietitian. That didn't work out because she told me I should go vegan. So don't want to do that. That's a little restrictive, and I like my meat. So, and then trying to deal with things, and I was signed up to go to nursing school in spring, this past spring, and called it off in December because I just mentally wasn't ready and didn't want to deal with college. And I worked for a bit, and I worked in a grocery store and thought, oh, I could go into grocery store management. Took a management course, lasted 2 weeks, and then thought, okay, maybe I could do nursing school again, and applied for this coming fall and was accepted again, and then started Anatomy and Physiology 2, which would be required for not this fall, but the next spring as a prerequisite. And I lasted 2 weeks, having a mental breakdown every single time I took the course. And as of now, I'm not doing nursing school. I work at McDonald's, and I'm seeking a shift manager position. And I am just a train wreck. I don't know what to do with my life. I don't have any direction. And I don't know what to do. It's hard to heal, hard to move on. And, why am I filming this? Why am I up at, 1:20, 1:30 in the morning? I don't even know what my clock says. Filming this in the corner of my bedroom while my family sleeps. Why am I doing that? To record this, and even potentially to allow myself to look back on this, both in the process of editing and processing it, but also in the future. And also because I see a lot of eating disorder channels, ones that show like what I eat in a day and so on, that are showing symptom use. Sorry, that's the white ice cream talking. A lot of ones that show symptom use, whether that be super restriction or binge purge. Maybe not showing the purging, but they show the binging and the restriction, and so on and so forth. That show that, or it's a bunch of women. I don't see any men talking about this. And not just men, but I'm also transgender, female to male transgender. I started my transition when I was 17. Shortly after turning 17, started testosterone. I've been on testosterone for 2.5 years now, about. And I had top surgery 2 years ago. So, kind of into my transition, legally transitioned, all of that stuff. And kind of having this develop as a kid, and then kind of having it come to fruition in college when I was fully living as male. I lived at Penn State for a year. That's where I attended for a year and discovered that wasn't a good fit. And that's where, my eating disorder really took off. I don't see people talking about this. And right now I work at McDonald's. It's not like I'm going to be a nurse. It's not like I'm going to be a performer or something, and every single thing on the internet is going to matter. I think eventually it will, but it's not like I'm going to have people looking at me professionally and they're going to be able to Google and search my face or whatever and find this and be like, oh my god, he's talking about mental illness, he's unprofessional, we're not going to hire him. No, I think this needs to be talked about, and I see plenty of people say how filming themselves talk about this and somehow uploading it makes them feel better. Maybe I'll try it. I have a therapist. It's not like I don't have a therapist, but maybe this will help. And kind of just to start something. Maybe. I don't know. So, that's it. That's where I'm at. Have to be up in 3 to 3.5 hours ish. I don't have lunch planned. I know I can get something good at the Flying J near where I work. They have good, solid, healthy sandwiches, side salads, yogurts. I have no excuse, and I can make breakfast here. Plan right now is which I've done this before. When I first told my mom about all of this, kind of laid it out and was like, I have a problem, I need help, please help me. We found a 2,000 calorie meal plan that it was mix and match meal plan, breakfast, lunch, dinner. You had different options of different things. It's from Live Health. If I figure out how to do it, I will put the first page on the screen somewhere, or put a link in the description, I guess. 2,000 calorie template, 3 meals, 3 snacks. Not to be confused with Jordan Syatt's 3 meals, 2 snacks rule. That has like different servings of each of the food groups, the proteins and the grains and the fats and fruits and vegetables and all that stuff. That worked pretty well the 1 to 2 weeks leading into when I went into partial hospitalization. So kind of start there and see where I am at mentally and physically. I am not sure if I'm going away myself. Kind of toying with that. I don't know. I also do strength training 5 days a week. I have a home gym, thank God, in coronavirus. And I have 2 rest days. I program my rest days on the weekends because that's when I work the most, or that's when I work the heaviest shifts, because they like me and they put me on the heaviest shifts. So I have 2 rest days. Usually I get antsy on rest days, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But yeah, that's it. So I don't know how consistently I'm going to be uploading. Also, depends on when I record. So yeah, I guess if you want, you can subscribe. If you don't want, it doesn't matter. This is more so for me, and if other people find it, great. So yeah, I'm just struggling a little bit, but I don't want to completely die, so that's good. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Maybe I'll edit tonight, I don't know. And hopefully go to sleep and wake up and do this all over again. Sans binging. That would be nice not to do that and to eat like a normal person. Struggles of having an eating disorder. Anyways, so that's it. Stay safe, everybody, and have a good one.